Greetings everyone, welcome back. My name is Spot, and this is Shadowrun Returns Dragonfall. Again, if you haven't been following up to this point, I suggest you go back to the first episode, start there. There's a whole story arc, and you don't want to get started in the middle. Okay, that being said, if you remember from the last episode, we're in the Krez Bazaar here, and we went around and we talked to quite a few people, and I believe we talked to this person last. Yeah, and she sells tech, etc. Just browsing, don't mind him at the moment. We actually have karma that we probably need to spend. We've got yeah, I can talk. We've got close combat 1, melee 1, ranged 3, shotgun 2, rifle 1. Okay. Dodge 2, decking 2. I want to get our decking up. Specifically, I think one more, because that other deck I want to buy from her requires one more decking. So let's actually run down and do that real quick so we have it out of the way. What? Oh, yo, decking 3. Okay, right, so we're going to have to get intelligence 3. Oh, and then we're not going to be able to get decking 3. Crap. Okay, well, we'll do confirm there. That's okay. And we will see how it goes. Turning down my phone so it does not interfere with our fun. Okay, let's close that. Right. So we can't buy that deck yet. Alright. So we're gonna... around here. I forget if we had... there's some other people we're gonna talk to right here. Okay, there is this Tal Screamer. Let's talk to this David guy. Alright, Dante's fallen us, I forgot. Cool. A pair of round eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grim-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Krez Bazaar's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, holy Jack! Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. Oh, that's weird. There's no portrait. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. She's dead. Look, I don't have time for this right now. Why don't you go ask Paul? We'll do the bad news thing. The kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? It was quick. She went peacefully. That's the most any of us can hope for. It was horrible. There was blood everywhere. Oh, we'll do the she went quick. Yeah. Look, I think I want to be alone right now. Poor David. Bad. Okay, we don't want to go in there yet. We want to go around and see who else we can talk to real quick. Instead of just running around and just like, you know, looking around, probably should have actually talked to people the first time. But, you know, it doesn't take that long to make a whole run here. We'll talk to this guy. The remaining patriarch is an impressive figure. An enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Deep and resonant. I don't know if I can do deep and resonant. I need to work on my voice. My voice work. Tavin Baxal. I don't know why I'm doing that accent. You're here to conduct some business. If so, I welcome you to Metback Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. Ooh, he's a gun dealer. Awesome. I have cash and I need weapons. Show me the goods. I'm here to buy. Care to tell me about your inventory? I was actually hoping to ask you a few questions. Inventory. We have weapons from all across Europe. Ares, Keska, Pachidi, you name it. If it can be found on the continent, it can be acquired at Metback Arms. Let's just set up. Let's do some business. Business with suppliers that I know nothing about. Tell me about Metback Arms. Yeah. And I don't discuss family matters with customers, let alone strangers. Nothing personal, but the answer is no. Understood? Yeah. Understood, Air Metback. You show me respect. This is good. Metback nods his approval. Now, unless you'd like to take yours elsewhere, let's get back to business. Show me your standard inventory. Fine. Oh, look, a bunch of stuff that I can't use. Yay! Range combat 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay. Of course, a data jack? Oh, it has a smart link. Okay. Alright. So, I have... This is an SMG. What I really need is a rifle. Let's... Damage is 11. Wait, range L? Is that long range? Oh, S. So did they... Is that an S or 5? That looks like a 5, actually. I think it's an S, considering all of the others are alphas. So medium range, short range. Oh, so they fixed this, it seems. Alright, because I remember in the original, all the ranges were almost always the same, which is kind of odd. So... Shotgun is short range. Which would make sense. We'll probably get a rifle for long range. Ooh, AK-97. Grenade launcher. Okay. Right, capacities. Yep, damage is 16. Oh yeah, capacity is 4, and this is actually going to be... Yeah, the capacity is really low on that. But you could do some interesting sniper work with something like that. Which I could actually get that now. But let's not. How much money do I have? 1245. I don't know if I need to get into this at the moment. Although I don't have anything long range. The only thing I have is the short range shotgun. Yeah. It depends. I might want to get into... If I'm going to be using a shotgun, I might want to get into an actual submachine gun instead. Simply because I'm going to need to get closer to them in the first place. Damage is 7. The damage on these things is almost so low. Wild. Wish I could see what I currently have. Ooh, armored clothing. Screwtex armored clothing line. Kevlar is woven into the fabric. Providing protection for most small arms. Ooh, you know what? I wonder if I need... Let's get that. And... Nah, I don't want your flashbang. Frag grenade, yeah. I'll take 2 of those. Confirm. There we go. There we go. Oh, look, it's like a trench coat. I look like a freaking... Whatever. Okay. That's fine. Got these were refilled already. Awesome. Yeah, I really want to get a submachine gun, but I'm not sure I want to spend the money on it right now. Actually, I don't even think I have the money right now, so that's okay! Easy choice! Alright. We can find back here... Have I gained any more karma? No, I'm still at 2. Okay. Making sure. Right. Okay, we've talked to him. He's a junkie dealer. He's big. What do we got here? Okay, there's that guy, which we'll check out in just a second. Anybody back here we missed? What's in here? Do we even want to go in there and find out? Probably not. I'm gonna assume not. Not at the moment. You know what? Let's be exploratory. Exploratory. Interesting. This reminds me of the limb clinic in Deus Ex, Human Revolution. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Listen in on his conversation. Step away and wait for him to finish. Let's do that. You step away from the doctor and wait for him to finish. Soon enough, he presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, a $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. It is a limb clinic. Awesome. He extends his hand to you. I am Dr. Xavier... Ezekiel? Anyway. And your name is? Shake his hand. Jack, a pleasure. Refuse. My name is none of your concern. If I wandered in here by mistake, sir, I'll just be going. A pleasure. Pleased to meet you, Jack. What can I do for you today? Ah, okay, cool. I need medical supplies. So I do need medical supplies, actually. Basic med kit. In fact, I'll take 2 of them. Confirm. Okay, great. Now we have 3. Awesome. Yeah, we don't care about that. Weapons, decks, drones. Okay, great. And confirm. So, I can't get in here. That's intriguing. Cyberware. Let's look at your cyberware first. Alright. Thermal, blah, blah. Okay. All that's out of my price range at the moment. Okay. So now we know where that... where that is. What that is. We knew where that was a long time ago. So let's actually run... Let's go back through here. Talk to Simi here. Simi! What's up? Simi. Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks far too worn for her years. The clothes she wears suggest the oldest profession, and the fog in her eyes suggests a habit that demands such a line of work. The Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. I need to see to them. I wasn't aware of any convent or church nearby. You're high as a kite, aren't you? 7 what? What do you have to care for? The captain's children. The Mother Superior says theirs are 7. She says I'm to be governess to the children. That would be the sound of music, wouldn't it? You notice a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. Story sounds familiar. Look, do you know Monica? I'm going to step away now. Sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife and the children their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? Look, do you know Monica? Monica? Is she one of the sisters at the Abbey? No, wait. Monica. A flicker of recognition fights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat and tea to drink. Something happened to her. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from your tone. She died? While working. I'm sorry she did. The girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. The girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven, she told me. It is a place for good people, stillborn babies and childhood pets. And she was a good person. Okay, that was odd. The girl then begins to mumble to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jack in her head. I'm gonna step away now. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. Okay. Because that wasn't creepy at all. Alright. The phone's ringing? Oh, we've got to answer that. It's an old, obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. Pick it up, dude! A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Shadowrun writer's contact for this Kais is no more. Jek is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to this Kais. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our cause. What? Continue listening. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one, you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it into the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. The line goes silent. I'll keep an eye out. The line remains silent. Hang up the receiver. That's interesting. That reminds me of the phone booths in Arkham City. Nope. Okay, can't do anything with it. Alright. You're on here. Good. What's this? Bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park. but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Hello there. I'm Herbert, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? That's your name. This is my tribute to victory, the victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history trids as the Seigsel or Goldels. Man, I really need to work on my German. Salvation history. Isn't it obvious? The Seychelles monument to the hubris of the Prussian state gets blown to bits. Someone takes a lot of bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. About the artist. I am the visionary Herbert Kunzel from the Lindwarmer. You might know me from... Okay, well, there isn't much I'm known for yet, but I intend to change that. All art is born from misery, after all. Step away from the statue. Alright. There should be a disclaimer at the beginning of this game. You might want to wait to play this game until you learn German. And that would turn off some people, but for me, I'd be like, okay, I'll be back. I need to get back to my Duolingo studies. Lane. Before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you? You know Monica? Sure, I know Monica. You one of hers, then? There's something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run. How'd you know? It was written all over your face. I had a feeling, besides. Monica almost always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now here you are in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is it? We lost her. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetic complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'm Jack, by the way. Good to meet you, Jack. Name's Aleski Lane. What's your place in the cruise bazaar? No place, really. Just an old relic rusting away. Leave you be. Really, I don't get to ask the other questions? That sucks. You! Samuel... Beckett... Okay. You know, it'd be cool if you... Hey, if you guys put the name up here, that would be really cool. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there's kindness in his eyes. Ah, hello, human. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a conversation with my assistant. The volunteer worker holds her silence, but her expression is full of naked hostility. Samuel gives her a sidelong glance, and she seems to get the message. The fire in her eyes dies down to a low simmer. But we do not want to be impolite. Is there something that I can do for you? I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I take it that you run a charity of some sort. He nods. Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can. Such as, give me specifics. He clears his throat, then begins to count off on his fingers. In the past several years, I've established a shelter where the disappointed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for the people of the cruise bazaar to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There are limits to what one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. This is true. He nods to the orc at his side. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around the cruise bazaar working with me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and to do all of the hundreds of other little things that a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. She beams at the compliment. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenbauer. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters that demand my time. 15 assorted orcs and trolls. Does that mean the other races aren't welcome within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. Oh. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Cosbazaar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? You use an exclusively language is telling. Even humans are allowed. Please, mine friend, he shakes his head. Don't make this into something it isn't. Who the hell are you to question Samuel? What have you done for the Cosbazaar? No, there are more important things to do than argue about this. He nods at you. I'm sure that his heart is in the right place. Now please, friend, there are many tasks that demand my attention. Is there anything more that you need, or shall I bid you farewell? I'd like to talk about your organization. He nods. Yes, of course, please go on. Policies. Yes, what would you like to discuss? Nothing for now. No, something else. Organization. Accepting donations. Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. People seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are on providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. In any event, our shelter has some basic needs that desperately need to be filled. The walls of the shelter are not insulated, and new blankets would go a long way toward keeping our guests healthy and comfortable. Ideally, we'd like to purchase some space heaters as well. With 250 Union, we could make the purchase. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. 250. Samuel's eyes widen. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mine friend. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kindness. Assistance. I will put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please, do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. That means something. It means a great deal. Let's talk about something else. No questions. Let's move on. I don't know if I needed to spend 250 on that, but you know what? Felt like a good thing. Great. I don't know if I want to go down there yet. Over here. Some people who watch my channel have expressed that they do not find this series interesting at all. I get that. I personally find lore like this to be enthralling. Alright. We're gonna go in here where we're supposed to. Alright. Cafe Sezva? I don't know which one it is. Okay. Hello. That guy looks just like me. What do we have here? Jan Goldsmith. Stocked in first. Jan Goldsmith. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner, a deep, booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for Sokaf, yes? I don't know what that accent is. Yes, it certainly is a beautiful... Every day is a certainly is a beautiful... From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldsmith, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his soy calf by the bucket. Goldsmith responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently, he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Oh, Doug, mein Freund, you are quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind, once again the shopkeeper cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldsmith smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jen Goldsmith do for you? Something bad is going to happen if he doesn't stop interrupting me. Why did you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? That's it. Oh, dear mind. Don't mind our dear Alta. Yes, he is a peevish man, but his ire was not directed at you. Goldsmith grins up at you from his overstuffed chair. I have the distinction of being the sole target of Altug's rage and derision. It is a badge that I delight in wearing. Why did you put up with those insults? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altug, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldsmith raises his soy calf cup in salute. And thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altug? 2 years of soy calf and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altug makes money. An ideal business relationship. That all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldsmith gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. Okay. And now we have to talk to the asshole. Ooh, what's that? The special today is a caramel soy calf. I don't like caramel. The man behind the counter looks right past you, and the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. He tells me you're developing the menu for a friend of his now, Herr Winters. I believe I want to hear all about it. Catering, I don't follow. Paul's always pleased to send business your way, Herr Bragazi. He was hoping you could discuss some of the details of his Green Winters order with me. The coffee shop owner offers you a smile. Of course, Herr Amsel is too kind. Bragazi turns his head and calls into the back room. Cammy, come! A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Bragazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. She's cute. Cammy offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Cammy is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. What is this trifle? I'm not your errand boy. I do a job, I get paid. He smiles big, the Turkish vendor, again. You are already being compensated. Most masterful of mercenaries. Do you not recall? Cammy is fetching your information for you. Returning the favor would be the courteous thing to do. Of course, what do you need? What do we need? Pig's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Cruise Bazaar. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. Simple enough. Yes, it is a simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious, perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps, and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. Great, so now we get a quest, which is built to cause us to look around the neighborhood, but we already looked around the neighborhood. Oh well, that's okay. Here we go. Grab this. Yay! Data tap. Now reset. Where's the other one? Where are you? Wait, is this it over here? Over here. Oh. One over here. Check over here just to make sure. Okay. So we got this side of the city covered. Down here. All the way down here. Where are the other ones? Wow. Where are you? Oh, there's one. Wonderful. Yep, and there's the other one. Almost in 3 corners. As you're resetting the data tape, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. Put the earplug in. Hell yeah. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out 2 distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Shh. Just heard. Shh. Monica. Shh. Need to verify. Shh. Good for us. Shh. Continue listening. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Shh. Think our next stop. Shh. Wait. Isn't ready to make a move yet. Shh. Be patient. Shh. She who steps up. Shh. Could be someone more. Shh. Continue listening. More conveyor belts start up. All you could hear is the sound of machinery. Continue listening. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again and again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song note. Guten Tag. How may I help you? Silence. Her tone changes, becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. Silence. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. Silence. I know. Getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Cruise Bazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Silence. Ja. I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything more. Walk away. Wow. Okay. Got some interesting stuff there. So, we're going to head back over to the cafe, and in our next episode, we will hopefully figure out a little bit more about what's going on. Until that time, stay safe, have fun, and remember that don't find stuff like this boring. This is actually some really awesome stuff. Think about all the things that could be happening in this world. Not just what we're experiencing, but all over the place. Really amazing stuff. So, until next time, hang in there. Bye-bye.